Good morning, everyone. We are live from Mandurah Community Gardens. Put my sunglasses on. Now I'm going to switch over to Chris. Chris is going to talk to us a little bit about natives and show us how to plant some, because this is a great time of year for it. So over to Chris.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the garden. Right, we're doing some natives today. So it's a good time of year to be doing natives because it's wet. And if you plant now, it means the natives will get their roots down, get settled in over winter, and then come spring you should get a nice good growth off them. So a couple of weeks ago, last week, 2 weeks ago, we were looking at the verge and I was showing the difference between a verge which had been planted at this time of year and one planted say 3 or 4 months from now. And the difference in growth is really striking. The one which was planted this time of year is looking a lot more advanced.
Awesome.
So we can do some planting here, but first of all, let's infuse about Hakea laurina. This is commonly called pincushion Hakea laurina. So you can see these beautiful pincushion flowers on here. This shrub I planted maybe 2 years ago, so you can see good growth of it.
Try and get the scale of that without tripping over.
So Hakea laurina is a local shrub. Will fill out. These can get up to trees. You can get up to like maybe 4 or 5 meters high. If you don't prune the bottoms, then they fill out into a nice big bushy shrub. If you prune them up, so you can start pruning out this stuff. If you prune them up, you can get a tree off them. So it's a really nice shrub to grow. This one looks a bit gnarly because when it went in, it was a corkscrew from the way it had grown. I don't know why. But I chucked it in, and you can see it's just got this sort of slightly strange trunk, but it's going to form out and fill out fine. There's corkscrews come out already. So I'm just going to let this fill out as a shrub. And then what we're going to do today is we've got a couple of areas to plant in.
Wow, really unusual, beautiful flower there, isn't it?
It's gorgeous, isn't it? And it attracts bees like anything. The bees adore it. There's no bees out this morning. I don't know where they are. But...
Too much for them to do. Oh, we have somebody viewing. Hello, whoever you are.
Hello, viewer. So the Hakea laurina, gorgeous shrub.
Okay.
And the bees, the bees adore it.
So, Chris, what sort of soil do natives want when you're planting them?
Just whatever, just local plants for local soils. So this is a very sandy area. The plants thrive in sandy soil. So you don't really want to improve the soils very much.
Okay. And what have we got here with the...
Well, these are plants, because we're doing 2 areas. We've got this area which is back here. Do you want to just kind of show the overview?
Certainly.
And I'll talk about the plants as we go through. I'll start with some labels on. So this is our greenhouse. Newly acquired courtesy of a government grant, thank you government. And you can see already we're in winter and we've got a piece of shade cloth. This is north over here, this is where our sun's all coming from, over that way. So you can see this is in direct sun, and we've already had to put shade cloth on it to stop it getting too hot, and it's already pretty much like a hothouse in there.
So that's a good question. How's that going to go in summer?
This is going to get incredibly hot.
So what, will it be decommissioned during summer?
I think during summer we'll probably stop using it, yeah.
Okay.
Just for this at first, but this is what I'm going to do here, is I'm going to plant some big bushy natives. You see we've got this space along here to the new...
so you're planting here so that you can get a bit of shade.
Exactly.
Yes,
so I'm
fantastic.
Planting, in here I'm going to plant another Hakea laurina, like this one.
Hakea laurina.
And I'm going to plant another one of these. This is a Geraldton wax.
Oh, we recently accidentally killed one of these.
Oh, it happens. They're very hardy. They'll probably come back. How did you kill it? You didn't spray it?
No, it just went completely brown and died.
Oh, it happens.
Yeah, it had terrible soil. Probably didn't have right drainage and stuff. It was in a pot. It shouldn't have been in a pot, right?
Oh, yeah. They're not a big fan of pots. These are incredible plants. So you can. Anyway, the reason I want to plant here is you can see this. If you look at the flower, you see this is this kind of paley pink-white flower. So these are grown from seed, and as far as I'm aware, the seed came from over in that corner over there, where they're almost white. And so when these come from seed, they usually follow the characteristic of the previous plant, and they're white, sort of pink. I'm not a huge fan. I don't mind the white pink flower, but I'm not a huge fan of it. It's not as striking as there's a really strong purple variety.
That's what we had.
Yeah, right.
Really gorgeous.
So I've got a really strong purple one down here.
Okay.
And that's been grown from a cutting because that sort of really is good at maintaining the flower colour. So I've got one which I bought from a nursery, Lulfit's nursery. Massive sale on as they're closing down up near Coburn. And I think
what nursery was that again? Sorry, just give him a plug.
Lulfit's.
Lulfit's.
He's been a huge contributor to Western Australian natives for decades, and he's got a very good nursery, but they're closing down. I think they're contracting their operations.
Oh, I was going to say you heard it here first, but never mind that one.
But they've got a very good sale on, so I bought plants up there and I was getting them for like $1 or $2, which is incredible. Good plant.
Awesome.
So what we're going to do is we're going to plant some big natives just in this row here, and I'm just going to chuck them in.
Okay.
And
Chris, while you're digging some holes, I'm just going to go around, have a look at the hothouse, and talk to Lynn.
this is only going to take 2 seconds.
Okay, all right.
I'm a very quick plant. Do you want to just carry on?
Yes, carry on.
So I just want to show, you can see this is Mandra's native soil, just there. And so this is basically sand. It's very poor, but this is what the local plants like. And so all I'm going to do in terms of planting these, grab that bucket behind you. So what I've got here, this is Sea-Wise, they donated this to us, which was very good of them.
Okay.
This is their horticultural mix. This is going to be very rich in nutrients. They're by a piggery, and I think they get a lot of their food from the piggery, so this is going to be pretty rich stuff. So natives don't like it too rich, but I'm going to chuck a handful of this in, just to give these natives a bit of food into this soil.
Okay.
And then here we go. You see I've just broken the ground up. Just going to pop that out of there. Then like that.
Whoever's watching, if you can say hi so we can see who's watching, that'd be great.
And that's it.
Awesome.
So
do you mulch that as well?
I might put some wood chip on later. I'm not too concerned now because it's so wet.
Yep.
But as it comes towards summer, I might. But I'm kind of figuring that these plants are going to be well cared for because they're so close to
the hothouse.
So I think what I might do is just chuck here's my gelatin wax. So gelatin wax is a common name for a plant called Chamaelaceum uncarnatum. Easy for me to say.
Cool.
And this one is that very, you can see from the picture on there, it's a very strong purple flower, which is the variety I like. So I'm putting this in here, and I'm planting it ridiculously close to that Hakelarina.
So that's a good question. So how far is the right distance apart to plant them?
Well, I'm a shopping over planter, so I always have to get too close together. I can't, because when they're so small, it's difficult. But,
so that looks like about 2 meters apart. Is that about?
yeah, because this gelatin wax, when this grows, is going to want to come out to around about here.
Sure.
And that Hakelarina is going to want to come out to around about here. So these two plants are going to completely fill this area and grow into each other, and we're just going to have to let them compete and then prune a bit and just kind of put some shape into them as they come. But
awesome.
I think it's just better to have more plants in the ground, and then they can always be thinned out or pruned as you go along.
So what's the third one that you're putting along there?
I just thought I'd put another Hakelarina down there because I've got two. That's just the same again. That's a nice healthy looking plant.
Cool. Hopefully you guys can see that okay?
So you can see, I suppose the thing I wanted to show people is I don't get too pedantic about putting in natives like this. If it was somebody's home garden, go to more trouble about forming a bowl to catch the water and everything. But here, these are going to get well looked after, and I know that these plants are incredibly hardy, and so I'm pretty sure they're just going to be fine as they are.
Awesome.
So that's it. That's 3, and then we've got another patch down there we're going to do water from.
Okay, while you're moving your gear, I'll pop over and say hello to Lynn.
Okay.
See what's happening with the worms. Hi. So we're just going to have a quick look in the hothouse also.
Look at the tomatoes!
Oh, the tomatoes! Yes, the tomatoes! Let me just turn that around. So we've got a bunch of tomatoes here that have been grown in the hothouse so that they can do their thing during winter. because they're obviously not a winter crop generally. Also got lots of little babies coming through here.
Yeah, there's some good seedlings in there.
Lovely greens there. Got broccolis, baby broccolis, some spinaches, radishes. Lovely. Alright, now where's Lynn? Come back, Lynn!
We finished the natives and just chuck these in at the top there.
Sure. Alright, we are going to continue with the natives. So, one moment please. Hi, Lynn.
Hi, hi everybody. Great day in the garden.
Beans over here, that's my next job, beans and peas, just stringing up the peas. Alright, don't get distracted. Back to the natives. Broad beans. We may come back to here in just a moment as well and check on the compost progress that we did a couple of weeks ago. So we'll be back over there in a moment.
Oh, we're going to revisit that, aren't we?
Revisit.
Okay. So
Ooh,
this area.
3 listeners. Hi,
is-
peoples.
Hello, everybody. So this area is just this little corner here.
Yep.
So the sun's over, the north sun's over there. So this gets morning shade, and then in the afternoon it gets blasted from over there all through the afternoon. Gets the west sun. So this spot gets ridiculously hot, and we've got bricks around it, which doesn't help. So last year I put some bricks around here and ran the water off the sink there into it, the wastewater, in the hope it would be nice and wet, and tried growing melons in there, and they didn't do it all well.
Oh,
So partly I don't think they got enough water, because I don't think that thing gets used as much as I thought it would, but also we didn't really water them, and the heat was intense there.
so but this area should be okay for the natives. It won't
This
be
is
too
gonna be
hot
perfect.
and baking.
Oh,
Beautiful.
no, this is perfect.
That's how they like it.
So,
All right.
So here's it, because you can see, you see further up here, this was the same thing, right? We had the compost here originally, and you can see along here, I put natives in here last year, and
Is that a fig tree?
that's a fig tree, yeah. So
God.
that should do well there as well.
Nice.
But this is Templetonia retusa, which is going really well.
Templetonia.
Templetonia retusa, it's Mandra's emblem. The flower is Mandra's emblem.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Nice.
This is
Sometimes
Mandra's
called-
elbrum.
Sometimes called
Emblem.
Cocky's tongue. Is its name. This is a
Awesome.
That's a Gossypium sturtiatum, which is also out on the front verge. Nice purple flower. You can
One
see,
more time now, nice and loud.
We'll type these in after. Gossypium sturtiatum. Sturt. You know, was it Sturt was an explorer, wasn't it?
Sorry, I just had to be silly.
Well, what did you do?
I can't say those words, so I think
Anyway,
they're
you can
funny.
see. And this one here, this is a Calithamnus. I don't know which one it is. I think it might be Rupestris, but I don't know for sure. This self-sowed, so this must have sown from a bird dropping the seed or something.
Lovely.
This self-sowed about 4 years ago, and look at it now, it's beautiful. So this
Nice.
is clearly a good spot for natives.
Yep.
And you can see along Alyssum, that's really nice.
Very
And you can
pretty.
see along the front here,
Yes.
in these pots we're growing gazanias, and they're just coming into flower. So you can see the gazania flowers, gorgeous. See this one here?
Oh, nice.
Isn't it beautiful? So this,
Yes.
did you see they're just coming into flower? This is going to be spectacular in another 2 weeks.
Oh, lovely.
So these were all sown just at the end of last year sometime.
So that's a good point as well. Like for anyone interested in seeing flowers, native flowers.
They're not natives, gazanias, I should
Oh,
point
those
out.
ones. Sorry, but flowers in general. This time of year / the next month or so is a really good time for.
Yeah, next month and a half, come to Western Australia.
Okay, so back to planting the natives.
Okay, so this bed, we've tried various things with it, it's not worked. We've now got the option of either tiling it back, putting pavers over it, so that's hard work and no one wants to do it, or we could chuck some natives in. And to be honest, this is where natives are good. If you've got a spot of ground which you can't grow vegetables in, you can't think of anything to do, chuck a native in. Now I'm not going to feed this because this soil got fed quite a lot last year. So this is pretty rich soil. Oh, it's going to rain.
All right. Okay, so what are we putting in here?
So what I've got here is a mixture of nice small natives, and they're all ridiculously tolerant of drought. So this is an Eremophila. Eremophilas are just...
Eremophila.
Yeah, it is an Eremophila, isn't it?
Yes, sure is.
Yeah. So I haven't planted this one before, Nivea, but it's Eremophilas are a desert plant. There's a really good, if you're ever travelling through towards Adelaide, there's that Port Augusta, is it? No, not Port Augusta. Anyway, there's a port on the way, and they've got a Eremophila park there.
Okay.
Where they've got so many varieties.
And do these are flowering?
Yeah, and it's a desert. It's just in the desert, and it's a beautiful place.
Awesome.
The name of it. It's a fabulous place.
So how many are you going to fit into this area here?
Well, I'm going to overplant, because I can prune. So I like to overplant and then prune, and then you get really nice, dense, bushy shrubs. It means you'd end up doing a bit of work, but I don't mind. I like pruning, so I'm just going to put way more plants in here than it needs. Then they'll look nice, and if they get too many, I can always pull some out. So you can see this soil, it's okay. It's got a bit of stuff in it. I'm not going to feed it anymore because I think it's going to be quite rich. I can always feed it if we go wrong.
It's also in a nice area where everyone will see them and take care of them, right?
That's the idea. So that's the Eremophila. This is this is called Hypercalama robustrum. Oh, there's one in flower over there. We can go and have a look if you like later.
Sure.
This is a lovely little flower. I had one of these in my garden at home, and they are just gorgeous.
Is that the pink flower over there?
Yeah, that's right.
I'll just quickly pop over and get a close-up of... What's it called again, sorry? Oh, that's a close-up of your face. What's it? Hi!
Hypercalama robustrum.
Okay, let's go have a look at the flowers on that one. Just here, guys. I'm not going to try and repeat it because I'll just make blasphemy of it. But isn't that beautiful? So we're planting one of these now over in this section here. As we're going back, I'll just show you the community areas. Everything's looking lovely, lush. Kales are going off. Broccolis are all sprouting up over here.
Okay, that's those two in. And what I've got here is, I think we were talking about this one last time. This is Thryptomene, and I'm not sure how you say the name, but I think it's Bayethiacea. So this is a beautiful ground cover. It's a ground covery version. The sort of native plant gets very big. This is what must be a variety that just grows prostrate for some reason. So this forms a really nice mat, and then it flowers pink. This is the one there's some growing near the station, and it's in flower right now. I was down there the other day. It's absolutely fabulous. So what I'm hoping is if I put things in here now, because I'm overplanting, they're just going to spread out, and I want them just to grow out over the edges. And I'm just...
Which, when you look at this area, it's just, there's not much going on there, so it's a really good idea just to fill it in and make use of that area.
Right, so this is another Eremophila.
Yes, close up.
Eremophila maculata.
Thank you.
So you can see this one's already coming to flower, and there's a nice one of these flowering on the verge at the moment as well. Two of these flowering on the verge.
This isn't the one that smells yummy, is it? The
no, that's
lemon one?
the Darwinia citrodora, the lemony one. So you can see the way those flowers are forming.
Right.
So when they open, they kind of open to a droopy bell shape.
Oh,
really
nice.
So, I can't remember the name of this plant. I was trying to remember it. I grew it from cutting off a plant I put in someone's garden.
Is that the one that has the bacon and egg flowers?
Yeah, it is.
Ah,
Did I
yes.
give you one of these?
Yes.
What could you remember? No,
It's the only native we haven't killed so far. Thank
Is it doing
goodness.
all right?
It's going really good,
Has
yeah.
it flowered yet?
No.
It's lovely in flower.
Awesome.
So this is from the desert areas again, so it should do really well here. So I'm just going to pop that in there. Bit of so there is couch grass route under here as I'm digging through, because you can see in the school grounds they've got couch. So if the couch does start coming in here, this is a situation where I would round up into its usual strength, and then use a paintbrush.
Oh.
If the couch comes through and just paint.
Oh, so you're not damaging the plants.
Well, you're not spraying it is one good thing,
yep.
and there's no airborne stuff. And also, you know, you can paint it along the couch grass, and it's a really effective way to kill couch in amongst natives. Well,
good to know.
Anything really.
Good tip.
So yeah, so that's good. It's a good way to do it.
Awesome.
There we go.
Fantastic. Okay, well, thanks very much for that video today, Chris. We'll wrap this one up. Well, I'll let you keep doing, and I'll just keep talking.
So,
what we also want to say, wood chips to mulch. Yeah, gotcha. Okay, and that's because this area is not as.
It's because it's a nice area where everyone's going to walk through, and we just want it to look good.
Nice.
And also, I do know that it gets particularly baked here, so this will help.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks, Chris. So next week we're going to be doing, weather permitting, hopefully. We're going to do, yes, let's go have a quick look at the bath. So next week, everyone, we are going to do a live video on wicking beds and how to make them. We're going to sort of basically watch Chris make one. So if you're interested in that, make sure you stay tuned next week. Yeah. Oh, the rain is coming.
There we go.
Okay, so this is it. Next week, this week. Next week, I mean. Yes. So next week we'll turn this from a rusty old bathtub into a fantastic wicking bed.
That's right.
Yeah, awesome. Stay tuned. Thanks, guys. Finishing up.